Got another interview for you. It's with Martha. It's one of 5. Don't discount her. She's in the residential cleaning space. She has multiple locations. What an incredibly difficult business. Could you imagine sending your team into your clients' homes every day, and everything they did was nitpicked, and every time they lost something, you were accused of stealing it. They were accused of stealing it. She's got a lot of great advice, and she's got a lot of value. Check out what she has to say.
So tell me about your reward program for employees that are achieving a very high level of quality.
Okay.
You've got an entire system. Not only do you have the system built for quality tracking, but you also have a system to reward the employee based on the result. Is that correct?
Exactly. Because
okay, so tell me how that works.
I may be too much of a carrot on the stick person. I don't know. But I'm competitive. I like incentive-based rewards. And so for me, I knew I needed my employees to care about their quality. And I needed a way that they felt like they got something out of it. I mean, we've all had top performers and then mediocre performers. And in my old system, they were rewarded the same way. I mean, they basically they didn't really get the same pay because we did do performance evals, but they would get same benefits and so forth. So the way that I do it now is in our company, we award our paid days off based on quality scores. So we're a maid service. We don't do 20 jobs a day like in the lawn care world. A team of 2 is doing 3 to 4 jobs a day. A team of 1 is doing 2. So I'm giving you those numbers so you can have some type of comparison. But 60 excellent ratings equals a paid day off in our company. And so in my old system, after they'd been with me a year, they got a week. And then after 3 years, 2 weeks, and so forth. And what I didn't like is having somebody who is pretty average. They weren't fireable, but they weren't awesome. And so I just hated to pay them a week's vacation, and there's, this other person who's a top performer and is getting the same. So again, I had a friend actually that I got this idea from, and it was successful in their company. So I started this process where they earn their paid days off. And that has been a huge motivator because there's nothing that my employees want more. I mean, they say more pay, always are going to say higher pay, but with the age group that we have, paid days off is huge for them. And so the other thing I like about it is since they're earning a day at a time, they take a day at a time too. They don't take a week off at a time unless they're saving for a special vacation or a maternity leave or something like that. So anyway, that works really well for us. Mm-hmm. I love that. I mean, rarely do they take more than 1 or 2 days at a time, so it's easier on the company.
Yeah, when I think of the idea of someone mid-season wanting to take a week off, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we need them, so that's really smart.
Right. So that's the main benefit around quality. That is, I mean, gosh, that's my selling point for ads, for employment ads and everything. But we have others that are popular as well. Don't you do that spinning wheel, or you have something where they can win a prize, if I remember correctly? Right. And again,
what's that?
We're mainly girls, so you would have to modify this to what works for the men. Although I have men that work for us, But it's like a Price is Right wheel. I think I ordered it off Amazon or eBay, and you can write in the prices. So I have things like oil changes and movie tickets, restaurant gift cards. I have $100 off a utility bill or rent. So there's all kinds of things that range from $10 to $100. And then they earn spins. So, again, we're on a scale of 4. And if their total monthly average was a 3.65 or better, they earn 1 spin. If their monthly average was a 3.75 or better, they actually get 2 spins. And that's hard to do. We don't have, it's maybe 5% of the company that is getting the second spin. Although that number is actually increasing. It's just viral that and like I say, I love it because it really is almost self-maintaining. You just build in the system, and you get the clients to buy in, you get the employees to buy in, and it just makes it easier on me as the owner and of course the office staff that deals with those calls. So
between this reward program where clearly the team benefits and the tracking, which at the end of the day it's all really about the reward program, or it's about getting the quality up, but the team member benefits through the reward program.
Right.
Because they can benefit in this way and they like what you're doing and they're bought in, have you seen has this process had any impact on retaining your team members? I don't know if
Absolutely.
you're able to measure it. Okay, what have you experienced?
It really has. And again, I've had a little bit of a change in management, so it's hard to know which one caused the change, but what I see is that if we have somebody who just can't make it in our quality system, they're going to get weeded out within the first couple of months because the scores are going to be in probation very quickly, and it absolutely is telling. So they can either make it or they don't. And then the ones that make it, they love it because you're actually rewarding them for high quality work, and they're not being evaluated the same. They get feedback every day, and that is another thing that's
a pretty big deal.
Exactly. It's been an indirect, it wasn't on my bullet point of benefits, but we know that it's very important to get feedback frequently, not just the negative, but the positive. And so what I love about the system that I have now, they're looking at their phone or on the computer at these scores that roll in, and they have comments attached. And like I say, I just pushed 10 of them today, and, it says, so-and-so is wonderful. I'd love for him to come and clean our home, or, this team makes my day great. And so it's a real affirmation of the work that they do. And it's something that I would never be able to give them that kind of feedback that frequently. And now they just get it. And so I love it.
Never thought that. That's actually a really big deal. That's pretty cool.
It really is.
My last question around this is related to this, and I have no idea what the answer is going to be to this, but let's say you have somebody on the team that is underperforming. And you'd know it in advance because they're getting poor scores. They know about the poor scores. Maybe you've put them on probation. Someone that's underperforming consistently and they see it, are they more likely to leave the company on their own? Is there any change there, or like, for example, if I'm going to make something up, let's say you had to fire 4 people a year because they just couldn't make the cut. Since implementing something like this, is it now a scenario where 2 people just quit on their own? You don't even have to fire them now, and it only leaves you with a couple people you have to deal with. Is there any change in that area, or is it about the same?
It is, they probably do self-exit more than they used to. And because everything's really driven around the data, and it's very transparent. I mean, it's so transparent in my company, and you know if you're headed down the wrong path. They know when they can get a bonus, and they know when they're going in probation. So, yes, the writing's on the wall. I occasionally get that employee that says, "Will you assign me to the bad jobs?" Or, so and so we have that conversation, and
yeah.
And I definitely have my answer for that, but it does. It really weeds people out because they know what's expected of them. There is no guessing. They have their peers that they can see how they're doing. In the system that we have, you can actually set it up to where you can give an employee what we call view all, so they can see everybody in the company. They can't view client information and things like that, but they can see everybody's performance. You can just see their own. Depends on how you set it up. I'm on a view all. I believe in some peer pressure, and amazingly, my teams get along. I mean, it's just the way it is. And so the other nice thing is I have had to do an unemployment claim since I've set up this system. I've had to do a few. And so you just print off those reports.
Oh,
I
gee,
have
that's
all the
really
policies.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I have all the complaints from the client, and it's just hard, cold facts. And, I've even been on the phone with the person from unemployment, and they just kind of laugh and go, "Okay, well, we've got what we need." So,
wow, I never thought of that. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Right.